Hello, peoples. I'm back again. I'm continuing on the mysterious package development here, and I was thinking for the envelope here. Why did that move? I don't know. To indicate to the player, or the visitor as I like to call them, that they can open this package. This little flap here should in fact move about when your hand reaches for it, so you understand that there's something you can pull out of this package. So I wanted to fix that up. So I'm just gonna remove it from the stuffed envelope here, and because I already have separated it over here, it should be good, and I can rotate that. Let me check where the axis is, because it would be a smart thing to have the axis of this mesh at a point where I just have to rotate it a little to indicate its openability. So let's put it over here, I guess, like so. Tweaky tweaky, and that should provide for a nice turn and axis. Okay, let's export this into the usual place. That's over here in the caravan folder in the APOTU models folder, and there are so many models here, but I need to replace this file here and hope everything turns out okay. Should be good. So the flap is now missing. Maybe turn off the light here. Let's first add that flap into... Yeah, I think we can just duplicate this and call that... I gave it a name, right? I don't remember really. Let me look it up. Code models, caravan, mayo. I called it tear off bit, yes. So that can have this flap now. It's now over here. I don't need a box collider on this one. Let me hide stage 2. All right. I'm just thinking of something I'll explain in a bit. Excuse me. So that can now move. The idea is I move my hand over there, and I will, as a visitor, I will see the flap move open, and that should indicate that you can rotate this. Sorry, you can interact with this in a special way. So let me set that one up first. Let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that a quick and easy way. What I have in my toolbox here is a two-state, how did I call it? Simple two-state. This is just a behavior that remembers two states of this object. So if I turn it like this, then that will be the special state, so the animated open state. And let me position it just a bit more. And the closed state will be, that's why I messed with the axis a bit. get them perfectly aligned. Will just be all the rotation axis on 0. So this should influence only the rotation. It should begin in the base state, so as soon as the game starts, this should be closed. Duration 1 is very long, 1 second. Let's make that 0.3. Smoothing so that it eases in and out. And automation. This is interesting. Attached to parent handle. I'm not sure what that does anymore. I think I should just turn it on and see what happens in VR. Okay, let me switch to VR. Controllers, yes. So probably this checkbox simply makes it happen so that when I grab it, yes, look at that. It's already gorgeous. So when you grab this thing now, the flap animates open, half open, indicating that probably you can pull on it, but we'll do that later. I want to have it move a bit far quicker, so because this is a bit how do you say, slow. Okay. Also, now that I think of it, let me move my player system over here. Oh, not like that. My player system over here, so that I spawn right next to the thing I wanna play with. Let's do it over here. I'm in my room. I'm more or less over here in VR space, so this should be good. Let me see. Here's the tear-off bit. 0.1, and I think I should also rotate it a bit bigger so it's more obvious what happens. Let's try that out quickly. There. Yes, that should work, right? So if we imagine that it's somewhere, we pick it up. It won't be too obvious, but well, can't make it perfect. Okay, next. So that's stage 1 of what we're gonna do today. This next stage could get a little messy because I wanna work with pool tabs, and I always have to figure out. Oh, let me not rotate that. I always have to figure out from scratch how that works again. The idea of a pull tab is that there's like a collider in here. I'm just making a box collider and removing the mesh elements, and let's place it over here. There should be a trigger so that it doesn't really collide. Like this. So a pull tab is just a I just call it a pull tab. It's like an object that you can grab, but it's not really an object. It's just a trigger you can grab, and I usually use it for spawning in stuff when you touch something or the like. So this pull tab, let's do it like this. I'm not sure if I should use pull tab here. Oh, or if I should pullable, pull threshold, toggles, size. No, this is meant for like little chords on lights and stuff. Then there's Fendry pull shape, new VR pull tab. Oh, I have one in new VR. Okay, I didn't remember that. I'm using it in other places, it seems. So it looks for, let me check what this does. It looks for the handle here. On begin interaction, gets to grab. When grab is called with that hand, it immediately forces a release of that hand. And then it spawns in something, a source object. Okay, that could work. Prepare for a lot of silent thoughts here, because I'm just messing with this, seeing how I can set it up without too much programming. I have a pull to spawn here, and that's meant for like the glasses, spectacles you can put on your hand and return. I think I also use it for my inventory system. I'm not sure which one to use really. So pull to spawn just does something. It spawns something into your hand. Yeah, this looks like the sensible approach. One thing I have to take care of is that this pull tab is only active when we are holding this envelope, because else it would mean that you can try and pick this object up and then just only tear off the top bit. So let me set that up with just a few Unity events. So game object set active to true, and game object set active to false. That should work. Pull tab should also have, I saw a lever handle. This handle on this object should actually only send events. We'll fill in what these events should do later, but it shouldn't act as picking an object up or not. Okay, that seems fine. And when this pull tab spawns, we want to have a copy of this tear-off bit in here without the to state. Let me see. Yeah. And let me position that. Oh, no, I can leave the positions positioned like this. And I give it to the pull tab object, and I saw in the code that, let me show you, that on awake it checks here if it's an object in the scene, because if it's in the same scene as the object itself is, then it means that it's not a link to a prefab, and we should deactivate it, hide it for the user until they pull the tab. This might already actually work. Let me double check. I activate it only when... Yeah, one tiny little issue with this is that I don't deactivate this pull tab at start. But I think can I do it with this? Yes, this at least deactivates itself. That should be good. I should see if this, yeah, seems here that I can use this time deactivation thing to deactivate itself at start. So it should start deactivated. This is just to make absolutely sure that it's deactivated. I could also just deactivate it and save it out like that, but this is a double check. on awake. So it runs before start even, it runs even, I think, if it's deactivated. I hope so. Let's check it out. Yeah, I don't see the tab in there, so I can now grab this, and let me carefully grab it only at this side. As you can see, it opens, and then I should be able to pull. Yes, I am able to pull this thing off, but this is not a handle right now, so that won't work. Also, I can tear off multiple of these things, so I should turn this into a handle. I have forgotten. Okay, this is not a problem. I can just put a handle on this, put a rigid body on this. This should all be good. I will want to have a box collider on this, so that, well, that's a bit big. Let me tighten it down a little. And this is really just a throwaway object. I could maybe destroy this after handling, because who cares about this object, right? Destroy time destruction when from start by event call. Yeah, that should be good. That's on end interaction. I can drop. Oh, sorry. Let me use my pen. I can call start destruction in here, and that's when you drop it. So on end interaction, because once you pull on the pull tab, this object spawns, which is a handle. It gets put in your hand, so it feels like it's being handled. And as soon as you end the interaction, it calls start destruction on this time destruction thing, and let's give it like 5 seconds and see what happens. And for now, I'm gonna disable the gravity so that it will float in the air and we won't have it disappear into the grassy bits underneath here. Okay, let's see. Okay, picking it up, pulling the tab, here it is. Yes, very, very fancy. I'm throwing it away. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, and it disappeared. So that's good. This is a bit of a problem, obviously. Well, could be a game in its own right. Disappear. Good. So far so good. Let's see what's next. And let me check the time. This is already 20 minutes in. So let me try and fix up one little thing still. The pool tab here. This here. Let me think. I think I should. It won't be an issue in the final thing, because as soon as you pull that off, I want to increase the stage here, and this pull tab will have disappeared. So let me just set that up. That should actually be simpler. So let's go on begin interaction here on the pool tab. As soon as we pull on the pool tab, we want the sequence object to increase its stage, and the sequence object doesn't have a function for that yet. So let's build that in. I'm guessing I should just do a simple public void next stage, and that goes set active stage. Let me see, I did it here in here as well. But let me, because this here is just a testing function that loops through all the stages. Over here, I don't think I want to have a loop, but let me enter a public APOTU loop is false, and then let's see if do loop, then this can just be unclamped and it will get looped over here in the set active stage, because that loops by default. But if we're not on loop, then set active stage. Let's clamp it up. I always forget with clamp what is the order of the arguments. Your value min and max. Okay, so that's stage plus 1, 0, comma stages dot count -1, right? Because it clamps inclusively. And now we should just be able to go on the pool tab, the stuffed envelope. Oh, let me wait till it compiles. I hope this isn't too messy, because I am just talking while finding stuff out. But we're getting there. A sequence object, next stage. And the loop is off on the stage. Yes. So maybe we're already there. Whoops. I checked this with recording software off. So let me do it again. I already know what's going to happen. Something's wrong. The pull tab works. I take it into my hand. I pull this off. Somehow I have 3 of these guys now. Last time that was like 2. Interesting. And as you can see, I have now the open envelope, but there's something wrong with it. I can't take it into this hand anymore. It doesn't behave like a proper handle. So that's something to fix. So I paused the thing and let me check how this thing is constructed now. Might that be... No. This is weird. I'm assuming this has to do with that the object starts out with this stage deactivated, and in this stage is the box collider for the actual handle of the envelope. And it deactivates a box collider over here, then activates this box collider. I'm assuming that's what's the problem. So let me stop first and let me put this box collider on here. Paste. That should fit. Yeah. And then we will... Yeah, probably that's because this bit started out deactivated, and I know that the lever handle needs to search out its own colliders. Let me see if I can quickly find that. I need to outline for that. Find colliders. Where are you? This one gets set over here for each of our C in goals. Coals. Where does calls get set. That's my hash set of all colliders. Over here, smart find colliders. So as we have an RBD, it just fills the handles colliders with what it can find. I could maybe include an active over here. That's dangerous because that could also break stuff not only in this project but in other projects. So I'm gonna work around it. Don't save this one. I don't know what I changed. I was already working around it by dropping the box collider on the original object. The shame with that is that the object can't change shape too much, because then we should change the box collider, but who cares, right? So this should work. Now, the small issue of me spawning multiple tariff bits in the pool tab. I was assuming that on begin interaction stuffed envelope, this stage gets turned off, and the pool tab gives this bit to the hand that is doing the pulling. How come there's a few of them activating at the same time? Because if all is well, this should run into the next stage. Let me try that again. Maybe it had to do with the colliders. Okay. Endless testing. Lovely. So I pick it up. It moves nicely. Let me test that I can't actually use the pool tab without holding the envelope. Yeah, sorry, folks, but this turns out to be a two-handed experience, I'm afraid. So I pull this. Ooh. That's wild. And it doesn't even release. It only releases them one by one. Wow. Okay, that doesn't work. I can probably get back to the previous state. Yes. Why the frick is this calling so many colliders? Okay, let's fix this all simple like. So the problem here is really that this pool tab allows for multiple tariff bits to be pooled. Let me think, because I don't really like what's happening here. This I can ignore. I'm just gonna stare at the screen for a bit. Oh, wait a moment. Here's the thing. Live. It could be that this pool tab gets activated and deactivated a few times, because actually it is, because I'm only activating it when I'm grabbing it. So every time I grab this, a new listener is added to the handle, to this handle. So after a few grabs, there are like 5. This method is being called like 5-6 times, spawning a new pool tab handle. So this is actually a gigantic bug that I'm gonna fix live on air. It's very simple. I forgot to fix this up. You need, when you're using messages like this, or I guess this is a system action, this is also a message, you need to make absolutely sure that you only add this thing once, ever. And since you don't want this to work when the thing is disabled, and then you can remove it here. Oh, I'm gonna leave I'm gonna remove this because this should not disable before it enables. And if you want to make absolutely sure that messages don't get added 2 times, then you can simply do it like this. Always remove it before you grab it, so it will never get added a second time. This should fix the problem. We'll test that, and if that works, that should be it for this episode, I guess. So let's see what happens. We grab the envelope multiple times like this, and we pull the tab, and it's just one, and it disappears. And I'm left with the opened envelope and with a non-working pull tab. I'm gonna include another pull tab in here, I guess in the next episode, because, well, I babbled on long enough for one. So this works. I can probably close it up. I just press the primary button here, and I can have it working again. Yes, so that's it for today. Well, for this episode, I assume that I myself will continue working on this for a few steps and put that in a different episode. And slowly we'll get to know what's inside the stuffy envelope. So, well, thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Toodles!